Yes, there we go. Okay. Video's going. Audio is going. Here comes the countdown in 3, 2, 1.
When you're dreaming, it's great to dream in circles because you are the circle of your dream. You're right in the center of it. That dream is all about you, and everybody in your dream is you. So dream in circles, take what it gives you, and utilize it to become a circle of freedom in yourself. Yeah.
It ain't got no gas in it.
The morning stream. Hit the road, Buster. This is where you get off.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're to the morning stream for Wednesday, March 30th, 2021 to 2022. The year
yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, all those numbers were just to confuse you and scare you all. It's the year 2022. I'm Scott, and that's Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Scott. How are you? Happy hump day to you.
Yeah, it is a hump day with all that means, you know? You're gonna do a little humping.
Gonna do a little moon nighting tonight. That's what I've got looking forward to today.
Oh yeah, moon night. It's a thing.
Moon night. It's moon night time, baby.
Are they doing how many did they release at once? Just the one?
Oh, I don't know. That's a really good question. Somebody in the Tadpoley will answer that, but
I feel like I need to start this one on time and watch all the way every week. Is what I should do. So I don't have another Loki problem and another.
So you don't get harassed by the Tadpoley about finishing it.
Yeah.
Just one episode they released.
Yeah.
You kept up with Hawkeye day and date.
I did do Hawkeye day and date, and I kept up with the Vision,
Scarlet Witch, or WandaVision.
Yeah,
yes.
Love that. Watch that every night. If I don't start it on time, then it's usually okay. So it's like, well, I'll binge it. But then other stuff comes up, and I don't get around to it. And I get this attitude of like, well, it'll always be there.
Yes, right. And it will. It will.
Also, Moon Knight is cool because it's apparently very... it doesn't require all the other MCU stuff to happen. Like, they've gone out of their way to make it so it's not, like, all connected to the other things going on, which, I don't know, your mileage may vary on whether you like that or not, but I kind of like the idea that they're not going to just constantly go, oh, look, it's so-and-so. Oh, look, it's that reference they made in Morbius.
Right.
Oh, look, it's the...
Exactly.
all that stuff. So, anyway... Yeah. Oh, yeah, you also get the Morbius this week? That's a thing?
Yeah, we're seeing it. I've got my tickets set. We're seeing it tomorrow night.
That's good. You'll see if what's his name? I can't think of his name.
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. Can he do it?
Yes.
Can he pull it off?
You know, the Joker. You know,
the Joker. He was a great Joker. Never forget. Jared Leto.
Dallas Buyers Club's own Jared Leto.
I hear he's good in that new the WeWork movie.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, with Jen. Who was it? Jenny was saying it, or somebody was watching that really liked it. I can't remember who now. And said that he. Who was that said that? Oh, it was Sarah Lane on DTNS. She said that it was really interesting because that whole story is crazy anyway. But it's mostly the movie's about him, the leader of that company, and then his wife, who was kind of behind the scenes, was kind of the one running things. And before it all blew up and got nasty, it's more of a story about them and their relationship. So maybe that's a little more interesting to people than just, hey, why is this company weird? So I don't know. I want to see it. Yeah. It's on the Apple TV Plus. They're having a bit of a run right now.
They are. Well, Coda is going to hopefully get some people to say, oh, okay, I could plunk down $5 a month and get some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, and there's finally enough of it, or a lot of the original stuff. I think this is a great time to get in.
I think so too.
Yeah, $5.
The Rob McElhenney, I can't remember, the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, his video game thing, which I keep wanting to call Vision Quest, and it's not Vision Quest. It's Attack Quest.
Now that you said Vision Quest,
I know. Once you get that in your head, it's a Mythic Quest. Thank you.
Mythic Quest. There you go. Yeah, that's a pretty good show. So I'm watching a thing right now I'll recommend today on there that I'm really liking so far. Like, it's there's stuff to see, and Severance is killing me. I'm freaking loving Severance.
Oh, I'm so excited about Severance. I can't wait. Tina and I hovered over Severance, and I was like, "Yeah, let's watch Severance." And she's like, "Oh no, let's finally finish up Search Party." because there's one brand new and maybe hopefully last season of Search Party, which is the one with what's her face from Arrested Development, Alia. What's her name?
Yeah,
Alicia
Squad Cot.
That's it. Alicia Squadcar is her name, and
yeah, Squawk-It, something like that. I don't know what it is. Oh, here it is.
Alicia Shawkat, I think, right?
Shawkat. Yeah, there you go.
Shawkat, yeah.
All right.
Anyway, Alicia Squadcar.
And she has a hard name.
I just want to put that like a photo of her on Twitter with the name Alicia Squadcar.
Yeah, I like it.
Anyway, we enjoyed that series. There's one final season where like let's knock this one out and then we'll get to Severance, because Severance has one episode still left to air. Is that right?
Tomorrow's the finale. So yeah, you got.
We wouldn't have caught up. We wouldn't have been like.
No. I'll tell you what though, Search Party. I was hearing that it goes off the rails in a good way for this final season.
It went off the rails. I think it went off the rails pretty hard last season.
Oh, really? Okay. Maybe you're in for a shock, because everyone keeps going, oh, this last season is like another level of like,
really?
What the
Oh,
frick?
great. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But all in a good way. Like nobody's reviewed it poorly. It's just like, I can't believe they went there kind of thing. So we'll see. Good luck to Aaliyah Squadcar and her future, her hot future as anything but maybe. All right, let's move on. How would your nude hole tasting go yesterday?
You've been waiting all day to do that, haven't you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Noodles. I said it wrong.
Noodles, yes.
Not noodle.
So this was great. So just to kind of really catch everybody up, I got invited to a Noodles tasting panel. I'm on their not just their rewards thing, but because they're local, I'm on their tasting panel group, and this is the second one of theirs that I've gone to.
Yeah.
Where they invite normal folk in to come in and taste new things that they're introducing or whatever. This was an interesting one. So I go in there, sign in. She says, "Oh, okay, great. Go have a seat over there in the lobby." And I sit there with 10 other people or 9 other people who just aren't talking to each other, looking at their phones like I'm about to do. She calls us in, takes us to a conference room right next to a kitchen. They have like this big full-size deluxe kitchen in their offices. I mean, man, lunch and parties and stuff there must be epic.
Oh, they must be. Is it all noodles though? I mean, it's probably all they make.
Well, I mean, imagine you could probably take your own food in there and cook it in their kitchen for lunch or whatever. But
why would you? They probably just provide it every day, is my guess.
They probably just provide it, and they have a big enough menu that's like, all right, I'll do a salad today or a soup tomorrow or whatever.
Sure.
So we all sit down, and we've got a little Android tablet in front of us. Yeah. And she says, all right, go ahead and sign in, please. And so you sign in and says, all right, we're going to be giving you 4 items to taste today. And we're going to tell you the letter, and don't eat them until, it says in the survey and when to eat them. You're going to get 4 of these, so make sure to pace yourself. And here we go.
That's good advice, by the way. Pace yourself.
It totally is. Yeah. I typed my name into the thing, and by the way, Anna Krakatow says, "Was there a one-way mirror?" No, this was a Office 2.0 conference room, which means there are no walls. I take that back. There's one front wall, but the rest of it is completely open to the rest of all the cubicle farm that is Noodles.
So it's not like a room full of people staring at you guys on a camera or something weird like that, as far as you know.
No, as a matter of fact, the for 3 o'clock on a weekday, I think there are still quite a few noodle folk working from home. So this was a fairly empty office.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So we fill out our thing. Then they come around with the first entree to try. Now, these are not little tiny sample cups like you'd expect, like a thing that you get ketchup in with your fries at a place.
That is what I would have thought, like that, or like Costco samples or something like that.
Right. Oh, yeah. No. This is like a probably a little smaller than their regular size bowl.
Okay.
And the first thing they bring me is a Caesar salad with grilled chicken on top and big old chunks of Parmesan cheese. And so first I have to evaluate, how does this look? Is it visually appealing? I think, yes, it is, because I'd like to eat it right now. And then it gets to the next one. All right, taste it. And now tell us what you think of blah, blah, blah. So I taste it, and it's like, oh, all right, this is good. And I fill out the form. And I have like 3 or 4 bites because I know, all right, we're going to get 4 of these. Meanwhile, dude up at the front who for some reason brought a briefcase to a tasting. Like,
I wouldn't trust
I don't know
that.
if he came straight from work and Marcellus Wallace's soul was inside that and he couldn't leave it in the car or what the deal was, but he decided to bring the briefcase in. He is devouring the entire bowl of food.
Wow.
And
So-
we're all filling our things out. I fill mine out. I, indicate that I'm ready for the next one, as do most of us except for Briefcase dude. And then they take that bowl away and bring us another bowl. We basically repeat this.
Yeah.
Briefcase dude, like by the time we get to the 4th one, Briefcase dude has 3 bowls in front of him that he's still working on. He's still working on number 2 by the time 4 comes. And he's like, he's going to make sure he eats every bit of it. Now, they were asking us about a very specific part of it. It actually wasn't even the noodles. They were asking us about the grilled chicken on each of these because I think
Oh, interesting.
they're trying different ways of cooking the chicken, and they just want to say, all right, what'd you think of the grilled chicken on this one? But they still brought us 4 different entrees, a mac and cheese, a pesto, cavatappi, a Caesar salad, and then another kale and arugula salad or something.
Sure.
But all the questions were focused on the grilled chicken.
Okay.
And so I focused my tasting on the grilled chicken. I'd get like a couple noodles in with it because it's like, well, I'm not going to just eat the chicken.
Sure.
But so I, doing a bite. No, Briefcase dude is scarfing all this down. I'm thinking that if he can't finish, he's going to open up the briefcase and just dump the leftovers.
That's
in
what
there,
I was
close it
going to
back,
ask.
and
Maybe
walk
he's
out.
got Tupperware in that briefcase.
Maybe. Yes, exactly.
That's fine.
Of course, you've also got the. You look at these people, and I'm one of them, Scott. That it's like these people had nothing better to do today at 3 p.m. than come into an office and eat noodles.
I'll bet.
No other pressing engagements for these folks.
No, they're all just chilling. You probably had more work to do to get home to than they did, is my guess.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? But
Yeah.
and then half of them couldn't figure out how to work an Android tablet or tap. Like find a menu item or drop down, how to operate a drop down menu or whatever.
Ooh, that's not good.
But in the end, I did my duty as a noodle taster.
Yeah.
And
It's
we'll
like-
see.
It's like jury duty. You got to go. It's the
That's
law.
right. You gotta
Yeah.
go.
You got to go. You got to
I
represent.
got a couple of free entree coupons for my time. So
Did they give you? Okay, so did you walk away going, "Boy, that one thing is going to be amazing when it hits the menu"? Like, did you have a moment like that, or?
all 4 of the things they served us were already on the menu.
Oh, okay.
None of these were new dishes. It was just, I think, like I said, the different ways of doing the grilled chicken that they were testing.
Gotcha,
And like,
okay.
Oh, this one's a little spongy, or this one's a little tough. This one, I don't know, looked pale and slimy. Didn't like it. That sort of thing.
No, that makes sense. Okay, well, that's interesting because I've never been to one of these. Always wanted to. I've heard about them.
Yeah.
McDonald's does them. Everybody has like a thing
everybody
like
has their
this.
little taste test focus group kind of thing, and usually you think of it in being like a conference room with a flickering fluorescent bulb and a one-way mirror,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, which I kind of want.
So,
if I'm honest.
how did that burger make you feel?
Yeah, no doubt. So, like, we're the headquarters for a couple of places that are at least regional, if not national. And I should probably just
Go to their websites and
Find
sign
out.
up. There's got to be, yeah.
It's got to be. There's we have a place called Arctic Circle, which is kind of local, but they do. I know they do taste test stuff, and then there's Cafe Rio, which is now kind of all over the West.
Yeah, we've got Cafe Rios here. Those are headquartered in.
Yeah,
in
they
SLC.
started here, and they had it was a husband and a wife. They started it here.
Okay.
They got mad at each other once things took off, as often is the case. Got divorced. The wife or the husband, I can't remember, got so pissed that they went and started a restaurant chain called Costa Vida.
Oh yeah, we have those too.
Yeah.
That's the.
Those are spin-offs.
That's the prenup of Cafe
Yeah.
Rio.
so now those two companies actually both doing really well.
Yeah.
Head to head, but it's total a marriage spite thing between those two. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I like stuff like that.
But I like both their food. Although the last time I puked, 2005, July of 05, was because I got food poisoning at that place or at Cafe Rio.
Or,
Cafe Rio. At the time, I don't think the other one existed yet. I don't think they got divorced yet. So that was still, those were still happy marriage days for those
That
guys.
was still the salad days of
the salad
Mexican
days.
food industry.
That's what I had. That's what made me sick was a salad.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's funny you'd say that. But yeah, I'm going to try to do this. It just sounds like fun. Sounds like a fun distraction.
Yeah, it's
Get
fun.
out there.
It just feels like, I'm contributing. They're really just gonna tally my votes in with the other faceless horde and a full day of bringing people in. I think it was like every 45 minutes or every hour, and it was from 10 o'clock until 4 o'clock. So
they had a whole thing. That's a big thing planned to do that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It's basically focus groups that you would do for movies or TV, except this case
exactly.
it's food. So
yep.
A lot of people do. We could do that with TMS. Here's a new segment. Brian shows his wiener.
Right.
Use your
Now,
Android
how did that
device.
make you feel?
Yeah, use your Android device. Here's how a drop down works. Now choose I felt weird or I felt good.
Wait, why between the two of us am I the one who has to show his wiener?
I don't know. I think. All right. Chat room. Flash poll. You ready?
No, we're not doing this.
Whose wiener?
No matter which favor, like whose favor this goes in, it still won't be good. It still isn't something that we want.
You know what? You're right. We don't. None of this data is going to work toward anything. So
You
never
are
mind.
winning, by the way.
Yeah, the flash poll is off. Yeah, Rasputin's wiener. We can see that on full display. That's fine.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's awesome. I had a great eating experience yesterday. I was mentioning I got stuck in the car pre-show playing Scrabble after, but Kim and I were like, let's get away for a minute. We just need a minute. It's been a hard week, and I don't know, just need time with Kim alone. And so we took off and went to this Vietnam place that just opened up, and they make amazing like pho and rice noodle salad type things and bowls and all this sort of thing.
Yeah,
and they have a to die for steak banh mi there.
Ooh.
And
oh my god, I haven't had one. I haven't had a banh mi in so long.
Banh mi's are so good. Oh my gosh.
I go to a Vietnamese place, and my go-to is always the pho, and I never go further down the menu, and I should. I need to get a banh mi again.
Yeah, but I wouldn't hold that against you just because, pho's always good, right? Pho's never bad.
Pho is always good, and it's always, like, get a little, what's the tender, whatchamacallit, the...
what is that called, that meat?
The beef slivers that they put in there, and the
shavings.
Fish cheeks or whatever, and...
Yeah,
fish cheeks.
Fish cheeks. I love a good fish cheek. But
yes.
Yeah, we had a really good time over there because it's always good. The food's always good. I wish I could remember the name of it. It's a one-off place that's just owned by a family over here. But man, that banh mi just about put me in heaven. It was real good. I wish I remember the name. I don't remember the name. I can give you guys the name if I knew it. It's like
Golden Noodle.
No, it's not. No, none of the
Dragon
Goldens.
Noodle.
None of the dragons. None of the Goldens. Fish cheeks of the East. I have no idea. I don't know. It's not Faux King. It's something else.
Oh yeah, that's right. No kidding. It's the they've got to have the pho and then the 2-digit number because numbers are lucky in the Vietnamese.
Was that true? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we talked about this.
Especially double digits, right? Like pho 88 or pho 66
right.
or whatever.
That's right.
Yeah. We
We were talking about this once on the show. We were trying to figure out why they had numbers at the end, and either you or someone told us and was like, "Oh, right. Oh, Pho Lake City would be amazing," but that's not the name.
Pho Lake City. That's great.
Yeah, I'd love that. Pho 69.
Should be called Pho Sha. PHOSHO. It'd just be like Pho Show.
Yeah, it's that show. Anyway, so there's that. Hey, Crystal wrote in. Got an email from Crystal. On the center stage,
Crystal.
everybody. Crystal on the center stage. Put your hands together for Crystal. Just kidding.
Oh, great.
Just kidding.
She writes in, and you turn her into a stripper.
Yeah, that's what you do when your name is Crystal. Anyway, Crystal says, hello. This is a Reccomental, basically, on a Wednesday from her.
Interesting. Cool.
Highly recommend checking out Velocipaster, a movie on Amazon Prime. This isn't the first time somebody's done this lately. Like in the last couple of weeks,
Really?
we've gotten 3 or 4 of these. It says it's been trending on TikTok for being hilariously bad. Here is the synopsis. After losing his parents, a priest travels to China where he inherits a mysterious ability that allows him to turn into a dinosaur. Although he is horrified by the new power, a hooker convinces him to use it to fight crime.
As
Now,
they do.
here's my only concern. After hearing this and various other recommendations for Film Sack or just to watch in general, it sounds Sharknado-y to me.
It does, right? Like tongue-in-cheek humor. Like we know we're being cheeky and funny, and
right. The whole point is to be almost a parody of a B movie, not an actual B movie. Right. So I worry about that. And I haven't seen it, so I can't speak to it. Oh, they say that's exactly what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. We don't really. We did Sharknado because it's a cultural. It's like a cultural tentpole of that kind of thing,
right? But we would never. We don't feel like after doing that we have any need to do any of the further Sharknados or the Sharktopus or things like that.
Yeah, none of that really drove us to do that, and nor should it, because the whole idea is that we want to see earnest bad, not
right
purpose bad.
We want to see movies that somebody thought, this could actually be pretty good. Let's make this film. And
yeah. Chat room asks, or Benjamin asks, did FilmSec do Toxic Avenger? Yes, we did, but I don't think that one applies. Those were people trying to make an earnest attempt to make a creepy, weird.
Yeah, and I think to that degree, it was also like a cultural tentpole that we had to see.
Exactly. Everybody thinks of these, those old movies by forgot his name.
Yes, not Asylum.
No, old guy.
Right. Goofy looking dude. Trauma
films, yeah. Yes. So our goal was to say, hey, Trauma, what is it known for? Lots of stuff, but Toxic Avenger is like way up here. So we're going to watch that, and then, cool. We're never going to watch another Toxic Avenger, but we're going to watch the one. So yeah, my take on this is I'll reserve judgment. Maybe one of us needs to see it. Maybe one of us has. Like Dunaway may have seen it because he's weird.
He may have seen it. Yeah, he'll be able to tell us if he's seen it. Yeah. Eddie and the Cruisers is on our list. Bullseye, not the sequel, but Eddie and the Cruisers, I believe, is one that we've been...
It's on a list somewhere.
It's been circling the drain as far as making it into the show, and I don't know if it's been added, pulled, what the deal is. I
can't remember what that even is.
Upcoming.
Why is that not ringing a bell? Oh, Eddie and the Cruisers 83. This is old.
It's old. It's about a rock and roller who disappears, but it's the movie that gave us here's this time and nothing is real. Heaven understand how I feel.
That's the origin of that
song. The dark side. I cannot remember the actual lyrics because at the time, whenever it would come on the radio, my uncle and I would sing, "Here's a little song from the movie scene." Movie was a flop, if you know what I mean.
You had your own lyrics for it. That's good.
The directors thought they could make a little green. If I came off sounding like Bruce Springsteen.
Wow. I didn't know this was Tom Berenger's, not first movie, but one of his early ones. This is him.
Early Tom Berenger, yeah.
Yeah, look at him, all young and hip looking there.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we'll see. We'll see on this preacher, Velasa preacher thing.
Streets de la Fire. It's been moved back to the must-see list. Boy, that list is just getting long, and I question whether or not somebody's actually monitoring to make sure that when something becomes available from our must-see list, it gets moved over into the right thing.
Here's what we should do with that. Somebody somewhere would be fully willing to manage or to be our notification on that. We should just share that list out and let people find those movies. That's what we should do. We should do that. And those same people should have the list of movies, DVDs that we have already, and then bug us to watch them once in a while.
Yes, exactly. Say, dude, you guys have had heavy metal now for 3 or 4 years.
Yep.
You need to finally sit down and watch heavy metal.
We've had it for so long that I was sure we'd seen it, and I know we haven't. But it still feels like we have.
We almost need to just. I'm going to just slot that in right now. I'm just going to say, screw it and put it in.
Put it in. Why not?
Here we go. There we go. It's right after Steel.
Nice. Steel.
Which is really kind of funny. Steel, then heavy metal.
Yeah, Steel, heavy metal. What's the next metal one we could do?
It'll be Iron
Giant.
Eagle.
Oh, yeah, even better. Iron Eagle. I said Iron Giant, but that's a good movie. We don't want that.
Right.
We might want that. We like to do more animation here and there. That might be a good one. And I love that movie. It might be a fun one. But we're just saying, metal. The theme is metal moving forward this year.
The theme is metal. Yes.
We did Full Metal Jacket already, Matuba. It already happened.
Right.
All right. Let's get Dunaway in. Let's get him in.
Okay.
Let's get him in here. He needs to be in, and he's logged in, so I know we're good. And then we'll play a game. And this is one where you guys call in, so I have that number handy. 801-471-0462 will be your possible entry into today's Tadpoley feud. Let's start it now. Hey, look who it is. It's everyone's favorite guy from South Carolina, maybe even more than Bobby Frankenberger.
Oh, hey, watch it now. Oh,
wow,
hi,
fighting
Scott.
words.
Right, don't get me in trouble with Bobby. Oh, hi.
Look, he doesn't know where you live. You don't know where he lives. It'll all be fine.
Oh, I know where he lives.
Oh, do you? How far is Columbia, South Carolina from you, by the way?
Oh, too close. Within driving distance.
Oh, is it? You could drive and meet up and hang out and stuff?
Oh, totally. I mean, it's very close. It's not very far at all.
Hey, you guys should do that. You guys should hang out.
Less than an hour. We totally should do that.
Yeah, why don't you guys do that?
But
Bobby?
not now, now that you've put the wedge between us.
Well, look, we're Brian. If anything, Brian and I are facilitators. We're here to help you two get together, have that date you've been waiting to have for so long.
Yeah, you're a facilitator.
I'm a
Absolutely.
facilitator.
South Carolina Day. You guys can go to Crystal's,
Yeah.
get some burgers.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's all we have.
Yeah.
And
that's
so
all.
I see.
Yeah,
That's all I know.
That's
Wait,
everything.
I didn't know I was calling into
Cracker
the
Barrel, I'm sure. Waffle
I didn't know
House.
I was calling into the insult
Yeah.
show. All right.
You guys could sit
I didn't know
around.
you
You
were
guys
the
could.
jerky boys.
You guys could sit around and talk about the Carolina Panthers. You know.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
You could
No one
do,
wants to talk about those guys right now.
What happened to them last year? That was a rough season for them. Not a good season. What happened?
We're going through a moment, man.
Yeah.
You know how it is. We're just having a moment. We'll be back.
Would you
We'll
call it a
be back.
rebuilding moment? Is that what you'd say?
Yeah. Is this a rebuilding year?
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen first is a change of ownership or something. I don't know what's going on, but I won't talk about sports ball too much.
Yeah,
here
sports sucks. Forget it.
on the
Actually,
Tadpoley
I like
feud.
sports, but instead we're going to find out who's been waiting on the line very patiently, and let's see who this is. Hi, thanks for holding. Who's this?
Hi, this is Shanna Fan from the Discord.
Well, hello,
What
Shanna
should
fan
be
from the
with us?
Discord. What's up? How are you
Hello.
today?
I'm doing great today, guys. Thank you.
No, it's good to have you here. Where are you? Where do you hail from?
I'm from
Oh, tell
Detroit, so Lions fan here.
Oh, Lions fan. Sweet. I like Detroit.
Don't tell him,
Detroit.
he'll insult you. Don't tell him.
Yeah, don't tell him. I had to
Come
do
on,
a
Shanna,
stopover flight in Detroit, and my favorite thing about the Detroit airport was Detroit International, I guess it is, or maybe it has a different name. Anyway, they had dueling piano dudes in there, so there were two guys back to back pianos playing like competitively, and like the crowd was into it, and I was eating French fries and smiling. It was great. It was a good time. Anyway, go Detroit. Hey, Brian, why don't you explain to Detroit Larry here what we're doing and what he might win?
Will do. It's time to play the Tadpoley feud. I've surveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian will have to predict the answers that they gave us, and it's their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Shanafan, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian, and if your team wins, you get a prize package. That includes Never Song and Survivalist Invisible Strain.
Ooh, these are good. Those are good. Yeah, Eversong's a fantastic game in particular.
Okay.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
good.
that's great. I love that. We talked about that last year on the Boop Show.
I think
believe.
we did. Yeah, it's new.
It's a good one.
Yeah, newish.
And then it makes me think of Everlong, and then it makes me think of that trailer for the Foo Fighters, and then it makes me think of the recent death of the drummer, and that makes me sad.
I know.
I know, it makes me
know.
very
It's such
sad. I don't like any of that.
I didn't like it because I was watching trailers last night, and they had the Foo Fighters movie, that horror movie thing they did,
Oh yeah.
and they killed the drummer in the freaking trailer.
trailer?
Oh, do
I'm
they?
like,
Jeez.
oh, that is way too
That
you to take
that's
that
probably
off.
that trailer is probably gonna get
soon.
redone. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that'd be my guess. Does that movie is out, right? People can see that now.
It came out in February, I believe. So
Okay.
It did. Okay, so it's already out. All right.
All right, kind of want to check that out. We may film sack that or something. Anyway,
Yeah.
well, all right. Look at the
Okay.
winnings here. This is great. Let's go.
Some great stuff to win. All right, let's get your hands on your buzzers here. And this was a slightly controversial
oh, those are my favorite.
Tadpoley feud topic. So just preface this with, if you had a gun to your head, preface the question I'm about to ask you
Okay.
with that.
All right.
So.
Fair.
We asked the Tadpool to give their best answer to this. 542 of them responded. 50 of them said pass, with a hard pass for many of them.
A hard pass.
A hard pass. What zoo animal would you most like to try a steak from? Brian.
I'm gonna go. Give me some of that lion steak.
Lion steak. Show me a lion.
Oh, you kidding
Number
me?
4 on the board. 3 answers will beat it. Scott.
Okay. That surprises me. I'm a little thrown off here.
Yeah, lion meat's like the top of the line, right? That's what you want.
That's the top of the line.
I'll say gorilla.
Gorilla. Show
steak.
me gorilla.
Oh, come on.
Too
Nobody
human.
wants to eat gorilla. 3 people said gorilla. It was
It's
number
too
23 on the
human.
list.
Well, it is too human,
human.
but I was doing the whole gun to your head thing, and I thought I went too far, I guess.
Yeah. Now, I'd also like to preface this by, this is one of those questions that somebody sent in and I put in the survey, the entire survey that I did last time. And I'm fortunately getting closer to having a new survey, but this one has just been, we got so many questions last time.
Right.
It's all good.
Anyway, so Brian, you are going to be playing with Shanafan, and you
got it,
have
Shanafan.
control of the board.
Yeah. What you got a big one there in Detroit that you want to throw out on the board early?
Yeah.
How is the Detroit Zoo, by the way?
Yeah.
Is
What
it-
kind of zoo y'all eat over there? Yeah, zoo meat.
What kind of zoo meat?
We do have the Detroit Zoo, and
Yes.
I love the giraffes. Maybe a soft meat, so
Oh.
I'm thinking giraffe.
Yeah, they got those long,
Oh.
firm necks. I'll bet there's great meat
Yeah.
in those necks.
Oh, great neck
Oh
meat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go like I'll take the neck. So like at Thanksgiving,
Right.
Thanksgiving zoo dinner.
Yeah.
I'll take the neck.
Zoo
I love
dinner.
some good neck meat. Okay, all right. Show me giraffe.
Oh, very
Number
nice.
2 on the board.
Higher
Well done.
than lion. I am
Higher than lion.
shocked.
Well, the giraffes are higher than lions. It makes sense.
Yeah, they do more weed.
What, Shanafan? What? How you feeling about? How you feeling about the elephant meat? Feeling good about the elephant meat? Give you a big old foot. What do you think?
I'm not sure I would eat an elephant's foot, but maybe somebody would.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll bet
We're
someone
gonna
had
go with
said
a.
it though.
I like a big old fat back slice of elephant meat.
Elephant meat. Okay, all right. Let's see if I can do this. I'm holding a cat right now. I don't know if Scott has me on screen, but I got a kitty.
Oh, look at this kitty. It's a fuzzy kitty. The kitty has no idea the horrors we're talking about right
that's
now.
sweet. I need a cat.
Right.
I need a cat from the zoo. My
Yeah.
name is Alf.
I do the zoo cat.
Zoo cat. All right. Show me. What'd you say?
I said I would like to have one of the big gray
yes.
elephants. I would like
That's
to
right.
deep fry one of those ears.
Yeah.
Yes, like pork rinds. All right. Show me elephant. Number 5 on the list. You guys are doing well.
Not bad.
Not
Wait, this-
bad. What else are we gonna eat over there, Shanna?
Now, Brian, would you eat monkey brains?
How about if they were chilled monkey brains?
I would totally do that, but I'm a little concerned since they didn't go for gorilla. Only 2 people, but we could try
right.
monkey brains,
I mean, think about it. Monkeys are less humanoid, right?
right?
They're shitty little bastards. You'd probably want to eat them.
They're jerky.
Yeah.
I
It's
bet
up to you
they
guys.
have some good arms.
Are you
Arm
doing
Didn't
meat.
you always wanted a monkey?
monkey?
Oh God, I had to pluck all that arm hair meat off. Oh,
Shock the monkey. All right.
Ugh.
I think you should go
Go on.
monkeys.
we're going monkeys.
Show me monkeys.
Shut the monkey.
Oh,
No
man.
monkeys.
No monkeys.
No more monkeys jumping on the plate.
That's too bad. All right, I'm gonna throw in here
Scott's
with.
got control. Yes.
Feel like a hippo would provide some good fatty,
Oh.
marbly meat.
Yeah,
A lot of
sounds
meat on a
good.
hippo. Yeah.
Give
All
me
right.
some hippo meat.
Scott wants a hippopotamus for dinner.
It doesn't actually. Oh, it's in there. Sweet.
Number 3.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Well done.
It's not
Pretty
great on the
high.
points.
41 people said hippo meat.
Yeah, you did. That was for fry up so nice. Oh man. No offense to hippos, but y'all are
Yeah.
gonna get
No
eaten.
offense to any of these animals, because I mean,
Yeah, you don't wanna-
we wouldn't do this.
No,
dude.
Would
let
we?
me tell you something.
Yeah.
You would not talk smack like this to a hippo in real life.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
All right,
Yeah.
I gotta think there's some poultry
They're
on
brutal.
here. There gotta be poultry, so I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if this is true of every zoo. The Hogle Zoo here in Salt Lake City, they're walking around everywhere. I'm just gonna say it. The peacocks, a peacock.
Yeah, because they walk around, they go.
Yep. They're mostly they're like the pigeons or the rats of the zoo. They're just everywhere.
They are. They just stare at you as they walk by.
Yeah, I kind of hate them.
All right. Show me peacock.
Damn it!
Oh no, not the peacock.
Let's see. Did people say peacock? I don't think we had any on the list. Surprisingly,
they probably don't. They don't pay for the no ads version. It's called Freecock. That's why.
That's right.
Yeah, it's too bad. All right, Brian and Shannon.
How are we missing number one? I can't even
know. Yeah.
think of what
No,
number
Brian.
one. But I did like what Scott said about the poultry. What are you thinking, Shannon? What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking when I go to the zoo, my favorite reptile is the alligator. I would never want to touch one,
That's good.
but if it's dead, would I want to eat it? Maybe. It's
I've
cool
had
looking.
alligator meat. It's fantastic. It's really good.
Okay.
Good
Yeah.
answer. Good
It's
answer.
a
I'm gonna give it
Missis-
good answer.
It's a
I'm gonna give the
Mississippi
good
thing.
answer.
All right. Okay. Show me alligator.
Oh,
That's
that
on the
sucks.
list. Number 20 on the list is alligator, but I'm with you. I like alligator meat.
Yeah, I do too. You get this alligator cheesecake at this place called Bubba's downtown. Oh my lord, it's so good.
Really?
Yeah.
Alligator
That
cheesecake.
really-
Yeah,
is
but
that
it's
really-
it's not what you think. There's no
Good name only.
sweetness or cheese. Well, there's cheese, but it's not. They call it cheesecake, but really
Is
it's
it more like
a
a casserole kind of thing? Like an
yeah,
alligator?
yeah. So they cook it in pie form, but it's not like
Yeah.
pie. It's a different
Yeah.
thing. It's so
That's
so
a
freaking
rip-off.
good. They got this tomato sauce on it that looks like cherry sauce, but it's tomato stuff. Oh, it's so
Oh
good.
my God! What are they trying to do? Like shock your palate?
No, dude. I'm telling you, it is fan-freaking-tastic. All right. Let's see here. Tiger. We didn't do tigers. Let's get another cat on there.
Sure. All right. We've had lion. Let's see if people want to eat some tiger. Show me tiger. Number 9.
Ooh, those
now
are
we
good
have
points.
ourselves a game. A
Yes.
1-point game right here.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I mean, not that I want Shanafan to lose because I really sounds like a nice guy. I'd like him to win.
Of course.
Let's see here. Let's.
I got you covered, Shannon.
Oh, do you? All right. Let's no
Oh,
no
all right.
pressure on me. Okay. Somebody probably.
And I will tell you, I took it out of the list, but our number 3 answer, if I would have taken all answers, number 3 answer would have been some form of ew, because it was about 45 people all had some version of ew, gross, or no, or whatever.
Oh, that's. Yeah, you guys are great with your answers. All right, let's do a rhinoceros.
Oh, yeah. Then you could pick your
Rhinoceros.
teeth with that big old horn when you get through.
Yeah, those
Oh, yeah, you
people.
totally could.
Those people think most people think rhinos are the mean ones. It's totally the opposite. They're like
Oh,
docile
hippos.
and kind.
Yeah.
Hippos will eat your face, man. Hippos suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
And it's you don't know how, because hippos seem to only have 4 teeth in their head.
I know, right? And
Yeah.
but they're big teeth. So
They're big,
Rhinos are-
blocky bars of soap-looking teeth. Yeah.
Yeah. Rhinos are practically unicorns. I mean, come on. They could just move that horn a little bit. They'd be set to go.
Yep.
Well, Paul Giamatti was kind of a dick. All right, show me the rhino.
Oh,
6.
Wow. The rhinoceroses.
The rhinoceroses is 18 to 11 points wise here.
Wow.
let's
Wow.
see.
Yeah.
Oh man. I wonder what a good camel hump will get you these days. Let's do a camel.
Camel.
That's fat too, by the way. That's not water back there on those
Ooh,
humps.
that's good. Those fry up nice.
Right. Yeah. You thinking dromedary? You thinking Bactrian? Which kind of camel you thinking?
Whatever
I'm
kind.
not gonna.
I was about to say, what?
Two humps, and I want two humper.
2 humps.
Yeah.
I
So
want a
Bactrian.
2-humper.
So
Yeah.
Bactrian. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's what I want.
All right. Show me any form of
Look
camel,
at
please.
Ibit flexing on his camel knowledge. Whatever.
Hey, I'll tell you why I know. Because if you turn the letter on its side, it tells you how many humps the thing has. So Bactrian has, if you turn the B on its side, it's got 2 humps. So Bactrian camels
Oh
have
my
2 humps.
God, you're a
You turn
camel
the-
nerd.
Yeah.
You turn the dromedary, the D on its side, it's 1 hump.
Oh, you're like a you're like a walk-in. What do they call that? Phonics guy. You've got a little. It's not phonics, but you've got like a reference for. I would have never known that. That's insane. Who taught you that?
Yeah, it's like I wish the I can't remember where I learned that, but I wish everything in life were that easy to keep
You
track
probably
of.
learned it at the Dern Zoo on those plaques.
I might have actually. Now
Yeah.
you say that. Yeah.
Mnemonic. That's what it is. That's what I meant to say. Anyway.
Mnemonic.
Yeah.
Brian Mnemonic.
Right. Shannon, how about we how do you feel about either a bear or a penguin? This is going to be our last strike.
Ew.
It's we're either going to get it and keep moving, or we're going to lose it. So I don't mind giving my next two guesses.
Well, you should guess, but penguins are kind of cute. Would someone want to eat a penguin? I'm not sure about a penguin.
Yeah.
Because they're cute.
So we're going with bear then, huh? Or you got something else?
I would say go for bear. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go for bear. Bear.
Go for bear.
Bear's good
Go
meat.
for
Always go for bear.
If you can kill a bear, then you deserve to be able to eat it. Go ahead.
All right, but we're go for bear. All right. I mean, we got lions and tigers. Why not bears?
Yeah.
Oh my.
We're going brown bear, no black bear. I don't know.
Doesn't
How
matter.
many humps do they have?
Yeah.
We'll take any bear. How's that?
Okay. All right.
Show me bear.
Oh,
you
man.
Sometimes you get the bear, and sometimes
That
the
means
bear
I've
gets
won
you.
and I feel bad.
It does mean you've won. Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad about this. Okay.
You can run the rest of the board with 4 answers still remaining to be seen.
Let's go to the
I think we should
reptile.
have like a final. If you guess number 10, you just lose. How about that?
Oh, it's
I
like
this,
a
an automatic
you lose
loss.
0.
it's like a strike. What do they call that? They do this in Wheel of Fortune. There's like a bankruptcy
Bankrupt.
thing, or,
Yeah.
whatever. All right, I'm gonna go with let's go to the reptile farm place dome deal, and let's go with an iguana. I can't think of anything else.
Iguana, sure. All right, show me iguana.
No,
you can eat it in a Mexican
iguana.
radio, but
Yeah.
little barbecued iguana. All right, well, excuse me. That means that Scott wins with 18 points to Brian and Shanahan's 11. Listen, I'm from Denver. We had Shanahan here for quite a while.
Yeah,
and,
I like the name Shanahan. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
There's nothing
that's
wrong
cool.
with it. Yeah.
So unfortunately, that does mean that Shanahan doesn't win. But of course, you can always come back and try again. Let's look at what you missed. Number 1, it even has the grill marks. Zebra.
frick.
Oh, a zebra.
Except when you cook them, they'll go.
Most people
Do
say
they really?
zebra.
Is that what zebras sound like?
Zebras have the weirdest. Have you not heard of zebra before? They're insane.
No, I guess I must not have.
Oh, you got to
They
hear
don't
this.
have. They
Hold
don't
on.
have vocal. No, that's giraffes.
Here's a zebra sound, just so you can experience
yeah.
this in life. Here we go. Whoops.
I would
Oh my gosh.
expected them to just
YouTube,
sound
I don't
like
want a trial. Here you go.
Wow,
Isn't that crazy?
Coyotes or something.
they sound like hyenas. Yeah.
Yeah, hyenas is something.
They don't sound
that's
anything
their-
like the horse that they resemble. It's really weird.
I would expect them to sound like. Well, now it makes sense why people want to eat them. That's horrifying that they make that noise.
Yeah. It's the only way to control the whole thing is eat them all.
Would you like a black stripe or a white stripe?
Exactly. Dark meat, light meat. Dark meat, light meat. All right, number 7, bison or buffalo.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You can get that.
Who
in a lot of
has
places,
a
actually.
bison or a buffalo at their zoo? Not us.
We do.
Yeah, I guess we have a buffalo or a bison here. So yeah, it's a West thing, though.
It is. It must be
Yeah.
a West thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but buffalo is
number
good.
8.
Buffalo burgers.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah.
Sorry.
You go to Ted's Montana Grill and get those all day long. Number 8, panda.
Panda meat.
Delicious panda.
Bear. Panda bear.
Well, I
Well-
had people also said bear, and I didn't lump all the bear.
Yeah, but aren't they? They're
variations.
technically not even in the same range as a bear. We
Right.
just call them that, right?
No, it is. They're a bear.
Are
Stop
they a
making
bear?
excuses.
Yeah.
It's a
We
bear.
have so people said polar bears, people said pandas, people said red pandas. I kept those separate.
I almost said red
Everybody's
panda
well, a lot of
because
people are
of
saying
red.
it is a bear, and a lot of
I thought they weren't
pandas.
a bear.
Bobby's
Matter.
saying pandas are not bears.
Yeah, I thought there was a whole distinction between a panda and a bear, but we just think they look like bears, so we say panda bears. I could be wrong. That's just a weird memory I have. Maybe Bobby is channeling on me here. I don't know. Bobby. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Are pandas bears? Are pandas bears?
So then, Bobby, I'm right to keep panda separate from bear, right?
Yeah, you did the right thing.
You're just
He
gonna
begins this
check
thing with
it?
Coverville is wrong.
Yeah.
Jeez, Bobby.
No, I think you 100% have it right. The separation is the way you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
So good job. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Whatever
right, let's look at number 10.
Whatever says the man trying to defend his win. Like we can believe you.
Kangaroo. I'm surprised you guys
Oh, I
didn't
didn't think
say
about that.
kangaroo
That's a
because
good one.
kangaroo meat's not too far out.
Yeah, not bad
not
at all.
bad.
I would
Yeah,
eat.
that was
I'd
good.
eat kangaroo. That's a good one. I would totally eat that.
Wonder if they. Get a little bit of that pocket meat. You can't eat baby kangaroos. Don't eat roux.
Pocket meat. Yes.
Let's see. They are. Oh, one distinction is bears are carnivores or carnivorous.
Were you still on that? We're on kangaroos now, Scott.
No, I can tell you this though. This is interesting. So they're carnivorous, but pandas are not. Pandas only eat. They're vegetarians, so they just eat veggies.
Okay.
That's a big distinction.
Okay, so vegetarians are not humans because I'm a meat eater. Therefore,
Well, they don't make a choice to be vegetarian. They just are vegetarian.
If there's nothing to eat and they choose to die.
The Tadpoley has stopped listening because they are fighting over whether panda or bears. So there's
there's a whole thing.
battle going on.
It's good. So it's all good.
I love it.
Fine.
I love it. Let the arguments begin. Well, this is great news for me. Terrible news for our poor listener. You've lost, but it's okay because listen, Shanafan, you get more chances in the future.
Said.
What Bobby said?
Look what Bobby said in the chat room.
Bobby said, wait, no, Coverville. I'm actually wrong. Pandas are bears. Recent genetic studies have shown they're part of the bear family.
Give me that new score.
So does that mean you get
I'd like a formal retraction on Twitter.
Well, what if you gave them the panda points? What's the difference in the score here?
Let's see. That would have been 8. Well, let's see here, because that would have, if I would have said all bears, because then polar bears I would have lumped in there as well, and there were 2 people that said polar bear, 2 people that said red panda, so that would be 4 more for regular panda.
Yeah,
that would have been 22. Yeah, 22 points. So it still would be number 8 on the list.
So would that put them?
So 8 points would have let Brian win.
Oh.
So I think since there's dispute, I think Shanafan wins.
Oh, I totally think so too. I completely agree with this.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
The judges have spoken. Shanafan, you're getting these codes, man. That's just the deal.
Yes.
That's the way.
That is awesome.
Justice finds a way. We found a way to make justice happen today. This is fantastic. All right. Well, I actually feel better about everything now. Yes, Shanafan.
I will admit, when Brian, I was thinking panda bear, and when Brian said bear, I'm like, yeah, panda bear, right?
Yeah.
So,
Panda bear.
See, there you go.
You so infrequently think of putting. I mean, I know pandas. They're in the bear, as we found in the bear family, but you don't often. It's like pizza pie. You don't often say pizza pie. You say pizza. Let's go get a pizza.
Yeah.
Right.
And you don't often say panda bear.
Right.
You say panda.
And
But I'm not going to blame Ibbot. Ibbot did the right thing. He did
No,
the
I
right
agree.
thing.
I don't know,
things
because
happen.
bear, I did even say when you said bear, I said, you said black bear, grizzly bear. I'm like, all right, any kind of bear. So I should have at that point said, well, wait a minute. We do have a distinction in the bear.
Oh, this is good. We did the whole thing without any post editing or anything. We just made this happen.
That's right. Exactly.
This is awesome. So congratulations, Shanafan. All you got to do is send Brian an email, coverville@gmail.com, and you will get to claim your prizes. And
well done.
Yeah, you were an awesome sport today, man. Thanks. How do you feel about your big win?
I'm ecstatic. Thank you so much.
Well,
Great time.
no problem, man. We'll see you soon. All right. So there you go. Well done, everybody.
Yeah.
I like that. I like in the end, everybody won. Yeah.
And
I like that it finally opened up a dialogue about what is a bear.
Yeah, what is a bear?
It's, finally get to address the elephant in the room with finding out if panda is a bear.
I have some friends in Idaho that have an answer for that, but that's a whole other thing, and we won't get into it now. Hey, so Brian Dunaway there, we had a great Play Retro yesterday, and as a result, more people discovering an old Disney game than I thought would happen. I heard from all kinds of people going, I played that all night because you guys talked about it. That game's awesome. I can't believe I missed it the first time.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's DuckTales.
Pretty great. This weekend, though, we got a film sack coming up. We did The Losers last week. This week, we're doing another watch-along because we have Randy out of town this time.
Right.
And I can't remember what we are watching.
We watched an episode of The X-Files entitled Jose Chung's from Outer Space,
That's
featuring
right.
the delightful Charles Nelson Riley.
I really liked him in that. So
I did too. He was a very subdued. He's like, in comparison to how you always see Charles Nelson Riley, he was a very subdued Charles Nelson Riley.
Yeah, and it features this very famous noise from
Mulder screams, right?
Yeah, when Mulder screams. So look forward to that, everybody. That's this weekend. Oh, Jesse Ventura. That's right. Thanks, David Travis, for the reminder.
And Alex Trebek.
Man in Black.
Oh, and a very small cameo from Alex Trebek. Rest his soul. Hey, Brian Dunaway, anything else you'd like to tell us about before we hang up on you in a very unceremonious way?
Absolutely. Tonight I'm doing the community event for my patron supporters. So twitch.tv/Brian Dunaway. Come hang out. You're
Yeah.
invited too, Scott and Brian.
What time is it?
Ooh, cool.
When do you do it?
6 p.m. Eastern time.
Let's see. Where will I be? I might be there. Yeah. You may see me. That's not a bad time for me. I think maybe.
Yeah.
I'll have to check with the wife. I'm not sure what we're doing. But that sounds great. Good luck to that. It's Brian Dunaway. Everybody kiss our butts. Okay, he's out.
Kiss our butts. Kiss our butts.
He had no room to say anything. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I think Tom Merritt's here. He's actually not here for DTNS today. I'm doing that with Sarah today, so I haven't heard. Oh, maybe I did. Hold on. Checking my texts here. He says he thinks he'll be here. So if not, no big deal, but I think he'll be here. If not, we'll see if we can't get Randy early. But
a direction will come from the man who thinks.
The man. So that'll be right after this song that Brian will now describe in detail.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, this song is brought to you by America's Next Top Podcaster. Guess what? If you're a patron, you're getting the first episode of a very electrifying season of ANTP today for free. It's right there on the feed. If you are a patron, you're probably downloading it right now, and you can't wait to listen and find out what's going on. That's patreon.com/ how do we have it there? Patreon.com/top podcaster, I think. I should probably know this, being the dude. What does it?
What does it? Yeah, you're the one. What does it?
I'm going to, let's see here. It's top podcaster. That is what it is. So yes, patreon.com/top podcaster.
Nice.
And you can get the very first episode today, right now. Just a little contribution. Just all we need. Which is
nice.
Great.
Very nice.
Yeah, all right, let's get to the music here. This is an artist whose real name is Sasha McLeod. She is a 20-year-old from Brisbane, Australia, singer, songwriter, producer, an artist. But she goes by the name Psycho, and it's spelled Sycco. Why, you may ask? Well, it's because she tends to produce a lot of psychedelic pop. This is some great stuff. This is following the success of her 2021 EP, which was called Psycho's first EP. I'm not kidding. This is her brand new single. It's called Superstar. Enjoy Psycho.
All right. We're going to play it now. I may have been texting Tom right then, so I'm a little slow on the uptake here.
That's all right.
But don't worry. We're good. It looks like he will be here. And listen to this song that Brian just introduced. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Don't get me wrong. I know that you can't put an electric car in a car wash because car wash is wet and you can't get an electric car wet.
For a ghost, you bleed just fine. This is the morning stream.
All right, we're back, everybody. Thank you for playing that, Brian. Tell me who it was again.
Yeah, that was Psycho and her brand new single called Superstar.
Wow. I bet she's not nearly as psycho as she says. You know what I mean?
No, I think she's less psycho than she would like us to believe.
Yeah, it's just part of her name. What are you going to do?
Exactly.
Like I was listening to the system.
Listen, we're all a little psycho.
We're all a little psycho. You're right. A Little Psycho. What's that song? I like that song. There's a pop song called A Little Psycho. It's very good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't think of the name of the lady now, but there's a lady in it, and she sings a thing. Hey, look who else is here singing things. Just this guy right here.
With a computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That man is Tom Merritt. He joins us as he does every Wednesday to talk a little bit of tech right here on the show. Tom, welcome back. Good to have you here, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man.
Oh, he does sing. Look at that.
Oh, wow. It's forget about West Side Story.
I'll be singing all my commentary.
It's good to have you.
I won't do that to you.
No, it's all good. Hey, you probably, I know you got some stuff going on, but you probably got some interest in what's going on with these Sony pricing tiers. This has been a long time coming. What do you think of all that stuff? Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. They're nice.
They're okay.
You know, I'm from the Midwest.
Yeah.
There are 3 of them.
Yeah.
And they all have good things in them. That's my review of that. No, I described these. We talked to Jen Cutter about it yesterday on Daily Tech News Show. I described these as a rear guard action. I would imagine these are not the last, like this is it. This is the plan forever. This is the please don't leave. We don't expect to convert any Xbox Game Pass fans with this offering, but this should at least keep people on the existing plans from switching off. Maybe get a few Sony partisans to jump on board because we added a lot more to them, but it's sort of the minimum you could do if you're Sony. And I don't mean to say that it's bad. I'm saying like they did the basics. Like they had to do these things and they did them.
Yeah.
But I don't see anything in these plans that raises an eyebrow or makes me say, well, that's really interesting. What a bold move. Nothing like that.
Yeah, same. The biggest problem most people have that I've been communicating with, and I've just been trying to mull it around to see what our takes are going to be on core tomorrow, but basically, the first tier, the main tier, is exactly what it is today. So there's a $9 a month, and you can pay less if you pay yearly, but $9 a month option that is currently PlayStation Plus, and that will continue to be what that is. And you don't gain anything really, but you don't lose anything.
There may be a few more games in there, but there probably would have been anyway.
Right.
So, yeah, to me, that's the epitome of what I'm talking about. This sort of like, don't go anywhere. We're not raising your price. We're not taking anything away. It's all good. Stick right where you are.
Yeah, and I think the middle plan is most interesting to me because the middle plan is a 400 game or so focus on, at least they say 400 or so games, focus on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, up to exactly. That may take a while to build out, but PS4 and PS5 games, we have zero idea what that list is. We know this, though. It's not day one releases. That is not a plan here the way it is with Microsoft.
Things, None of this is.
Yeah, none of this is.
That's the big one.
Yeah. That's the biggest.
The one where you'd be like, ooh, they're going head to head.
Yeah, the top tier, top tier even less so. The top tier is more about a thing Sony kind of, in theory, hates. They don't like backwards compatibility, or they don't like it as a focus.
Right.
And yet, the third tier is like, hey, some PSP games, some PS3 games, some PS2 games, PS1 games.
Play some Vita games on your PS5.
Yeah.
And in some markets, lots of streaming to kind of ease you over to that. But, this is what you do when you're the leader. And you may criticize that, but when you're the leader, you go cautiously. You don't want to kill the golden goose. They get a lot of money from their first-party titles. They get a lot of money from the existing subscriptions, so they want to go slowly. They want to go easily. They don't want to blow it, and I think that's what you're seeing there.
Yeah, and for me, the value in those older games is certainly it's there, and I think it should be available. I think having them at a higher tier is a little annoying. I think that's them saying, boy, we sure hate doing backwards compatibility so much, man. You guys are all going to pay for it with a little bit of blood here if you want it.
Yeah, doesn't it feel like at some point somebody must have suggested that they swap those and say, let's make the middle tier giving them a lot more old PS1 and PS2 games that they can play on their machines, and then top tier would be, and we're going to add all these PS4 and PS5 games on top of it.
It does feel weirdly switched, yes.
Well, if you look at it, it's downloadable in the lower tiers, streaming in the top tier.
Yeah, good
To
point.
me, that signals that they're going to continue to slowly expand streaming and move people towards that top tier. If you ever see a first-party title available on day one, it would be in that top tier for streaming, not downloadable.
Yeah, really so Tom, you're absolutely right about one aspect of this, and I think it's important to reiterate it. They have a leadership position overall, especially during the transition of PS4 to 5 in terms of like software install base and all this other stuff. And they make a lot of money on first-party titles. They're not going to change gears so hard just because their competitors doing a thing isn't enough to make them in a leadership position suddenly change. And Microsoft wouldn't either if these roles were switched. And they have been in the past.
Yeah, right.
So
exactly.
That's how business goes. But I don't think this change is going to... If anyone thought the idea here was to either get people to jump ship and go that direction, or at the very least add a new subscription, I'm not sure it goes that far to make that big of a dent. Not now, not yet. But time may, like you said, this isn't a finished project. They'll keep tweaking it. In fact, if anything, they've given it more breathing room, and I think that was smart because previous to this, Plus was just a locked down weird thing. Xbox's equivalent, which comes with Game Pass, is called Xbox Game for Gold for Games. Is that what it is? Whatever it is, it's a horrible name. they're used to making the horrible names over Microsoft, but
yeah.
But they have a thing where they'll give you every month you get like 2-3 games for free. It was basically what Plus was doing, and so that's staying and not really changing at the bottom tier is a little concerning for me. So for me, am I in the middle one? Don't care about the high end one. I think that middle one will be interesting. I'm going to get it, try it, test it. You can't do it till June. That's the other thing.
Right.
You can sign up now, but there's a message on the site that says we're about to change everything. But if you buy the basic
June
thing,
in Asia,
right.
It may not come till July or later in Europe and North America.
Right. So anyway, we'll see what happens with Sony.
Yeah, I feel like the other thing to keep in mind here too is Microsoft also runs one of the biggest cloud providers in the world, of which Sony is a client.
Yeah.
So it's easier for Microsoft to take bold streaming moves because they have it in-house. They know the folks who do it. They trust it a little more. They're more familiar with it. I think that plays into this too. That's the only other thing I'd add.
Yeah, I think that's true. Speaking of adding things, you're always busy doing cool stuff. I know you're not on DTNS today, but I will be, and I can't wait. It's going to be great. I never feel very comfortable in your shoes, but by the time the things end, I feel pretty good in those shoes. I'm going to tie them up and take them home with me. So.
Yeah, I keep telling you, you can wear your own shoes when I'm not on the show.
Oh.
You don't. And if you do wear my shoes, just Lysol them when you're done.
Okay, like a bowling alley.
Like a bowling alley. Yeah.
Those always grossed me out so bad. Anyway, your shoes do not, Tom. You're fine. You're a nice, clean man. Tom, tell us what else is going on around your world that you'd like people to know about.
And you're Joe Biden. I don't know.
What else are you doing these days? What's going on?
The reason I'm off Daily Tech News Show, just in case someone was thinking like, ooh, what cool thing is he working on? It's a funeral. It's not a fun thing. It's a family thing. But I will be putting out more Know a Little Mores. I was off the show on Monday working on Know a Little More. We've got one coming out about, or actually one just came out about Pluton, the security chip from Microsoft. We're going to have one on Wiki. If you've ever wondered where the Wiki came from, was Wikipedia the first? No, it was not by a long shot. That's coming out this week. We've got one on free ad-supported streaming television, one on QD OLED TVs, and there's a ton in the back catalog about ARM and Unicode and MAC addresses. So go check it out, knowalittlemore.com.
Do it today. You won't be sorry. Tom Merritt, everybody. Ace Detect on Twitter. Tom, take it easy. We'll see you soon. Bye now.
Thanks, y'all.
I did not know it was a funeral. I would have been less, what are you doing today? What cool project are you working on?
Yeah, I know. That's why you had to move Tom time to yesterday, and I was like, I'm not going to mention.
Yeah, I completely, I had no idea, but there it is.
Yeah, totally fine.
Well, we freed him. He's out of here.
Yes,
yeah.
He's free.
Yeah, we freed his newsletter. All right, let's get, let's see. Randy, now here's the question.
Randy. Yeah, will we have a Randy?
Yeah, he's in a different time zone at the moment. He's online.
Different.
He's, 7 hours ahead of us? What is it? 4?
No, I think it's only...
Wouldn't be 7.
It's a 7-hour flight over there, but it's he's 1 hour earlier in the Pacific, right? So he's...
Oh, is it only an hour? Hey, Randy, how far ahead in the future are you?
4.
Aloha, morning stream.
Aloha, Randy. I mean, it's an hour earlier than Pacific, right? Or 2 hours earlier than Pacific?
Okay, so if that's the case and we're mountain...
Let's just be specific. It is 6:30 a.m. right now.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad.
I woke up this morning at about 4:15 local time.
Yeah.
And I am very comfortable right now.
Yeah.
Good morning.
It's a very different Randy than the one we usually get for Reccomentals. Like shot out of a cannon.
No kidding. But I'm sure you're relaxed, having a great time. Yeah. We're thrilled for you, man.
Hawaii is a perfect place.
Yeah.
Perfect place.
Well, it's the
very happy.
It's God's back garden or whatever.
I have been trying to wrench my mind back into a frame of mind in which we can talk about this thing I'm recommending.
Oh, good.
Which is not at all Hawaiian. It is not.
Okay.
It is not chill.
Wow.
In any way.
All right.
Yeah, so
doesn't have an umbrella.
Good morning. How I've been listening, but I wanted to ask, how are you? How are you?
We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Right? Aren't we fine? We're fine.
We're totally fine.
It's been a weird week, but we're fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has been a weird week.
Yeah.
I was amazed to kind of watch the Oscars a little bit here. Because of the time zones that you're talking about. The Oscars started at 2 p.m. and it's it's not a thing Like all entertainment, there's no entertainment that's really a thing that gets
why would you watch TV in Hawaii, right? Like if you live there, it's like, no, I'm gonna go out and watch the sunset because it's a brand new show every night.
Damn straight.
Yeah. And like I told you on Film Sack last week, this was the first year in well over 20 years that I haven't like been fixing my choice bracket the day of the Oscars and watching and patting myself on the back for making great predictions and so on. But it really was kind of surreal. Like the Oscars are happening and I'm a couple of blocks from Honolulu Bay and like I don't really care. Oh look, a crazy man stormed the stage and attacked a comedian. That's nice. I'm glad for them.
Pass me another pineapple drink, please.
Yes.
They still had some of the lowest viewership they've had in 20 years.
They did beat last year's, which was.
Oh, did they beat last year's? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
This year's was way up, 58% higher than
last year. So hold on a second, though. Is that.
Are you getting your news from Trump?
No, but here's my question. It's not the punch that did it, or did it?
No. It's the fact that it just wasn't that crap last year with we're all just going to sit in a nice, cozy conference room and do Oscars.
Oh, that's right.
Scott just blew my mind because I've been drinking a rum punch ever since Saturday morning. And it started on the flight here. The Hawaiian Airlines comes through the main cabin and gives you a free alcoholic beverage if you're 21 or over. Wow. And they had this thing called Koloa Rum Punch. And so we tried it and we loved it. And so then we got here, every grocery store sells, Koloa Rum Punch. So we stocked the fridge with it. And that's trying not to consume it before like 8 a.m.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like a dessert punch to me.
It does, yeah. You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
It's so true.
That is true, man. So true. All right, well, let's get to our Reccomentals and see if Randy remembers anything about what he watched.
It'll be really interesting when we talk the same time next week because by then I might just be a puddle on the beach. I don't know.
Which at least you saw the sunset as puddles.
The beach puddles.
Let's start with Brian Ibbett here. He's got some 2 clips here. You want to set one of these up for me?
These are both, again, documentaries. I don't know what's wrong with me, but they're documentaries of things that people will not be surprised at all that I like. So this first one is a documentary that came out last year. I had to go back and make sure, Scott, that you didn't recommend this because I know you saw it and really liked it, and I did not find you recommending it. I might have missed it, but I didn't find it. So.
Well, here it is. Let's see if we can figure it out. I'm actually not sure either, so I'm gonna listen and see if I can guess. Here we go.
Okay.
The mystique and that whole thing is part of what makes them cool no matter what. They don't owe us anything. They give us the music. Oh. That's all we need.
It is symbiotic. It's like the two of them make up this whole that is Sparks. And, those of us who've been lucky enough to come and go in that, it's an amazing and very cool thing to be around.
I don't feel a kind of ownership with them. I think it's really important when people come along 20 or 40 years later, you don't say, oh, I was there all along and where were you? You say, welcome aboard and here's more.
There's something to be said for the fact that Sleeper Success will keep people talking about them a lot longer than artists that are a lot more popular. I think the fact that they've always kept hungry and consistently pushed the envelope is exactly why I wanted to make this film.
Their songs are worlds that you really need to delve into. But once you delve into them, the rewards are incredible.
I feel like Patton Oswalt gets hired for everything for just whatever. He just
because he's got that voice and people will believe whatever he says.
He gets hired for anything he's interested in.
Yeah.
Like he's made it very, very well known that there are specific things he's super interested in. Mm-hmm. And so if you're doing anything about showcasing that, you're gonna get Patton Oswalt. He probably works for free. If somebody makes a Fugazi documentary, it will be narrated by Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, I think think that's probably fair.
Yet I still couldn't finish MODOK. I don't know what's wrong with me, but
yeah.
I got 5 episodes in and couldn't.
Well, they're always there for you, Brian. If you ever get a hankering to go finish them out.
This is. I am actually kind of guessing. I think I heard Sparks. Is this the Sparks Brothers movie?
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, Edgar Wright's movie Sparks Brothers, which is a documentary that came out last year about the band. This was the first thing that I saw in theaters during the pandemic, and I had pretty much my uncle and I had the whole theater to ourselves. The band has been around since the 70s, back when they were half Nelson, and been through lineup changes, but it's always been centered around these two guys, Ron Mael and Russell Mael. One with the weird Hitler mustache, the other one who looks like your typical glam rock pop star. But their music is almost indescribable, because sometimes it's really weird and irreverent. Sometimes it's really poignant and specific about a thing or a person or an event. But I've been a fan of these guys since my uncle started playing them for me and said, I love this band. The interviews you get in this thing, you heard Patton Oswalt. You also heard Edgar Wright. You also get Beck, Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols, lead singer of Franz Ferdinand, Alex Kapranos, Stephen Morris of Gillian Gilbert from Joy Division, New Order, the guys from Erasure. Weird Al Yankovic does a great version of This Town Isn't Big Enough for the Both of Us, or Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us. It is a cavalcade of rock's kind of A-listers talking about this D-list band that is a favorite. Why is my phone talking to me?
Wow,
that's a favorite of artists, but maybe not as well known among the regular populace. This movie,
not at all,
will make you a fan though if you haven't seen.
Oh, I totally agree. So Brian is right that I had seen this. I didn't do a formal recommentals on it because it was in the context of you saying, "Oh yeah, I saw it in the theater with my uncle and it was great. What'd you think?" And it was, "Oh yeah, it was awesome." So we never did it for recommendals for me. But this was you were my first introduction to Sparks. I'd never heard of him before you talked about him. Mm-hmm. And then when you recommended it, I thought, well, let's see what's going on. I like weird stuff. It's great. It's really, really great. And I came away with like two feelings: one of regret for never knowing anything about these guys, and two, I'm really glad this documentary exists, because for those who are like me, you're about to see something kind of special. You had no idea how influential they are. It was like massive.
Right. Yeah. And so many bands that were influenced by them and loved them, but yet, they're kind of like the secret muse kind of thing, right? Like bands know them and are influenced by them. Sadly, the general public is not. But make no mistake, these guys are artists as much as they are musicians. Their songwriting process, their attention to the craft of a clever pun or a really witty two ways of saying something in one lyric is spectacular. And if you go back to some of my favorite albums, Propaganda and Kimono My House, and that whole set of albums when they were with Island Records are just fantastic.
I've always felt like documentaries about music acts have to win on two levels. And the one is, do you connect with the music? Obviously, you're not going to love a documentary about a band whose music you hate. But the other level is this thing where, do they let you in and tell you a more personal story than you would have known about that band, about that music artist? Because that is the thing that really cements it as a great documentary, right? So like, I felt like this recent Beatles thing didn't get to that level, right? I mean, there was some personal stuff, but it was really more a
Beatles home movies. Right.
And the thing where you finally saw how it used to look and how the now computers made it now look. It was just incredible. But I didn't feel like I really got a new personal story about the Beatles. Whereas that 4-hour long documentary on the Eagles that Scott and I watched a few years ago, I thought that was way better than I expected it to be, because it was so personal. Like you finally got the like insider story of Joe Walsh's mania, and all that stuff, And so like my question for this, I haven't seen it yet. I've been waiting for it to come to streaming. I'm excited, but my question is am I going to get, some personal stories that connect me with these guys as artists?
Lots.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You're
Good.
going to get a ton of them. You're going to find
Good.
out their upbringing, what got them into music, but not just that, but what propels them. Why when they have some successes and some failures, what makes them actually keep going and say, oh man, that album did not do well at all. Let's do another one. What makes them continue to do what they do.
Yeah, that's the part that blew me away. Is
Yeah.
for as little as I'd heard about these guys, the documentary has a way of making you feel like I was the only one that didn't know, because everybody else was like, my life changed, or we don't even do music if it wasn't for these guys, or
yeah.
Pretty crazy. Plus, you know what else I liked? I liked that they seemed really down to earth and like normal to me.
Totally, yeah. For a band that kind of presents themselves, at least through music, as being really weird, they are so genuine. And we wanted to write a song that repeated "My Baby's Taking Me Home" 112 times, but have him sing in a different way that made it tell a story throughout the song.
Yeah, in fact, they're brothers, and they do get a bunch into like their upbringing and their parents and all of that. That stuff's always fascinating to me when a brother group can last this long.
Yeah, and one of them dated one of the Go-Go's. That's a little teaser right there.
That's right. You'll never know which one until you tune in.
And they have some home movies to show.
Oh,
and they have some home. They do. So yeah, once again, this is on Netflix. It's called The Sparks Brothers. It's by Edgar Wright. And so, yes, you do get a little bit of Nick Frost and Simon Pegg in there.
Of course. What?
Of course you get them.
Nothing to do, but...
you never see them. But you hear them.
And
it happens to be during a Beatles reference.
Right? We want like great filmmakers to make these kinds of movies. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it when a
For
big
sure.
filmmaker makes a documentary. It's some of my favorite stuff. Like Scorsese always does these great documentary films. I wish you'd do more of those. All right, Brian, I'm going to play your second clip here. What do you got for setup for me here?
So this is also music related, but in a completely different way.
Okay, documentary still though, eh?
Also a documentary, yes.
All right, here we go.
Some big faceless corporation trying to put on a musical like a Broadway show.
How pathetic, a whole musical about diesel engines or Oldsmobiles or sneakers.
Thank you, comedy gods, because this is hilarious. These weren't jingles. These weren't commercials. This was a full-fledged Broadway-style musical show for a private audience of people within the company.
You did it, and we are here today to pay tribute to you.
Some were live recordings, and you hear audience going, woo! And sometimes you'll see a letter tucked inside. Here's the souvenir, the fun we had last May. You just think, well, that's kind of sad, isn't it? What kind of people worked on this stuff? I mean, that must be the strangest dead end of show business that anyone's ever wandered into. Do you get out of that?
I have no idea.
So that's a guy named Steve Young. Steve Young was a writer for The Late Show with David Letterman for a long time. And then when that ended, he kind of got more time to focus on his other love, which are these weird industrial musicals. Now, years ago, there was, we lost Randy. Hopefully he comes back.
Oh, okay.
Years ago, there was a video that circulated around that was recorded at a Starbucks shareholders conference where they sang, "We built this city" by Starship, but they did, "We built this Starbucks, we built this Starbucks on hard and soul." It was accompanied by a big musical number and people in green aprons running around and being, wacky. And I'd heard that. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's really this weird little one-off thing. Oh no, this is a thing that apparently is rampant throughout all of conferences and trade shows and things like that, where everybody who goes to this Walmart conference sees this weird musical play performance of how they help the customer and how they get products from point A to point B or things like that. And this guy, this writer for David Letterman, has been hunting and searching these out, because a lot of times, as he mentioned, they'll record the album at the press conference and then send it out to them afterwards and say, hey, remember the fun we had watching this as an audience all together back at the shareholders meeting? This is amazing. It's called Bathtubs Over Broadway. This is also on Netflix. And like the Sparks documentary, you also get people like David Letterman, Martin Short, Florence Henderson, Jello Biafra from the Dead Milkmen, Dead Kennedys, all talking about this weird world of industrial musicals. Jello Biafra is actually also another collector of these albums, and he would fight via eBay with Steve Young over who can bid on this weird diesel dazzle musical that came from some conference.
Wow. This is totally my jam. Had no idea it existed. I love stuff like this. This sounds great.
My God, you are going to love this. This won so many awards. The Tribeca Film Festival, Vancouver International Film Festival, Heartland Film, so all of these different film festivals, it won top honors for Best Documentary Feature, and no idea why it never even made a blip in the Oscar radar, but it absolutely should have even at least got a nomination. But it's so good and so funny.
Well, I'm in. It's totally my jam. Where's it streaming again, did you say?
That's also streaming on Netflix.
Okay.
So Sparks Brothers and Bathtubs Over Broadway. We just watched both of those for Patreon episodes of Soundography. Hammond and I did. And so watched them both again. Well, watched Sparks Brothers again. And then this one was a first time watch. And it's great. It's really good.
Is there anything like controversial here, or is it just whimsical? I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, I think I would say it's whimsical. I mean, you're gonna walk away with a smile on your face. You're not gonna walk away going, "Oh man, well that was interesting, but boy, I feel really bad for, so and so," or "Boy, this was really hard to watch this other moment." No, I mean, this is a good, put it on while you're on the plane flying back from Hawaii. Kind of, I want to feel good after my great vacation. Kind of watch.
I listened very closely to the We Crashed podcast when it came out. This was I don't know, a couple years ago now. Yeah. And as I was listening to We Crashed, I was thinking, you know what? I'll bet they make a TV series out of this. And sure enough, they did. Yeah. And I'm not that interested in watching it, mainly because I've already heard the whole story, but also because it's like so controversial. There's like an element in there that I'm just like, it's tedious. I'm tired of people ripping off other people,
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see that. Well, cool. That's definitely one I am going to watch. Fine Reccomental. All right. Here's one I'm just diving into. I'm only 3 episodes in. We usually try to get more under our belt with stuff like this, but man, I'm hooked so bad. I think I'm going to recommend it here.
Good from the start.
Yeah, and this is probably going to freak Randy out a little because we have talked about this before. So there's something to say here. Anyway, check it out.
Tell me what you know about Jordan Morel. Tell me about his children.
There was a small cave. There you will find a box for my children.
Bury the books. And for 12 summers, we will not speak a word of this.
12 years you have kept a secret. Could you keep another? They are books from your true father.
You open the box. I'll go burn the books.
So do not tell her. The books will give them knowledge.
It was Baba Voss who condemned my mother, your own sister, to the bonfire. I'm gonna send you the witch a message. Who knows who will find it?
Okay. Guesses? Anyone? Well,
I know it all because you told me.
I guess I told you, yeah. We used to do this way more guessing, and I forget now. We tell each other.
And then I'm okay that we don't, because then we get less accidental.
And also,
we both recommend.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
This was my second Reccomental when I started in doing Reccomentals with you guys.
Was this really?
I don't remember you doing a full Reccomental. I thought you said something like, "Hey, we had a whole conversation about how this was a show. So this is C on Apple TV Plus, and you had said, has there ever been a series that was more reviled in its first season, but redempted, or everybody loved it in its second season?" I don't remember you doing a full Reccomental of it though.
Yeah, because season 2 had just come out. Like
Yeah.
the whole season came out on Apple TV
Yeah.
when I started with you guys on Reccomentals. And the fact is, I had stopped like a long time before. I had stopped after a couple of episodes in season 1, and then I had my in-laws telling me, "No, you got to watch this." Like they were calling it like the best show they'd ever seen, like
Oh, my
of
Lord.
all time. And I'm like, okay, hold on, I can't let that just lie, right?
Well, my daughter, Taylor, was also telling me this. She's like, Dad, you have to watch it. This is so up your alley. It's everything you love about like genre fiction and blah, blah, blah. Get in there, get it done. So I finally started watching it, and it is totally up my alley. I can see why people may have been initially put off by the early goings of this, because it's very self-serious. It's Hook, that everybody in the world 500 years from now is blind, and this isn't a spoiler, that the idea is that if anyone's sighted, they're considered basically heretics and witches, and they have to be hunted down and killed. And so you follow this clan of people headed by Jason Momoa. Alfred Woodard is also in this group. Anyway, there's a whole story there. But they have to navigate this world and be at war with other factions, and all of them, something like 2 million people that were left after the great horrible wipeout of civilization, have no sight. Everybody's blind. Once you accept that premise, I think that things do get really interesting and have a lot more to say than just, wouldn't it be weird if? It's not one of those. So far, even in season 1, the season that people were iffy about, I'm having a ball with it. I think it's
like I said 6 months ago, and I guess I wish I was your daughter, so you would actually.
I don't remember. Brian, do you remember that? I don't remember this either.
I remember him talking about it. I didn't remember. I didn't look it up though to see if he'd already talked about it.
Yeah, I don't have it. I just don't have it. My memory is like a full Reccomental, but you must have.
Like I said, the problem at the beginning of this series is that it does not try to get you on board with the big problem of everybody being blind. It doesn't try to explain it. It doesn't try to justify how they do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And you as a viewer are going to come into this and stamp your feet and say, no, I hate this. I cannot accept that this show isn't trying to tell me the science of this story. And then you eventually just turn your brain off. It's great. It's like, it's almost like you have to do with soap operas, right? You just turn your brain off, and then you realize, wow, these people are really good actors. They're telling very interesting personal stories. It's the adventures of it are really adventurous, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, but at first, man, it's, I have rarely been so repulsed by something, because like I say, the show, the writers aren't trying at first to satisfy you.
No, they aren't. They were in it for more of the long haul, and there's like a really active Reddit group around this, like there is most shows, but this Reddit page that's dedicated to C viewers, these people are into it, man. I've never seen so much postulating and theorizing and what if this and what if that, and I've stayed completely unspoiled on any of the major story points, including whatever happens with Dave Bautista's character in season 2. I have no idea. I don't even know what he does yet, so I'm waiting to get there to see what I think of it. But so far so good. I really like it. It scratches all my itches. We are now hitting film sack levels of, did we watch that yet? Problems. So we're gonna have to start checking that list more.
Yeah, this was apparently Randy did Reccomental it before I started doing the quick TMS.ly. So we have a sort of a.
Oh, that's a good excuse, because I didn't have a list to check. So there you go.
Yeah, we should probably start a Google Doc or something just to make sure.
I'll bet our quicksack.ly guy would probably swoop in and do something cool. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
We'll have to talk to him.
Well,
anyway.
I'm really happy for you, Scott, because I'm telling you, getting into the first half of season 2 is where this thing really actually picks up. Mm-hmm. Like it really goes places that are just incredible.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy for you that you like it already, because like there's no doubt in my mind you're gonna love C. As each episode goes by.
Yeah, I'm digging it a lot. By the way, just a quick shout out to Sylvia Hoeks, who plays the Queen. You know her from Blade Runner 2049. She's the android who's like kind of the hit android that's going after Deckard and going after what's his beak 69 or whatever his name was. I can't remember the name of the guy's name. Anyway, Kay, that's who it is. She's really wicked evil in that movie, and she is insane in this. Just creepy as crap. We won't even get into how that lady prays. You know what I'm talking about, Randy. What the hell's that about? Anyway, it's a thing, man. And I'm really liking it. Season 3 coming. It's already they've already greenlit that, so I guess that's being filmed soon. And Jason Momoa is really good in it. That's the one other take. Usually he's kind of like just, I'm Jason Momoa, big, scary dude, 6'4", look out, I'm muscly. And it's kind of his role, and it's fine. I like him as that. But this is more nuanced than that. He's throwing more into it than his usual, so I really like it.
Yeah, I like the thing we've seen from Jason Momoa all along up until this is that filmmakers don't ask too much of him, right? I'm not saying he's incompetent. I'm saying he is limited, and therefore, we have yet to see anyone really ask him to act, to really, like emote more than anger and frustration. You know, and he has to do a lot. He kind of carries the show.
Yeah, he's great.
Especially, like I say, especially later, you'll see. And he's up to it. He's totally up to it. It's awesome to see his development over the last 15 years.
Yeah, I agree. You completely root for him in this as well. He's really great. All right, Randy, let's play this clip. Do you, any setup here? Just play it, or what do you want?
I'm not gonna make it too mysterious. This is something that everyone is watching lately. I'll just say this is a movie by Malcolm McDowell's son, starring Phil Collins' daughter.
Phil Collins' daughter. All right, here we go.
All right.
And you just sit down on the couch.
Okay, but how about you let go of my wife first?
I'll let her go when you sit down on the couch. This isn't a negotiation. Sit down. Sit.
Okay.
Okay, I don't want to hurt her. Sit down.
Sitting down.
Good. Now you sit down. Not there. Sit over there. You're not gonna f with me either. Do we understand each other? Yes or no?
Okay, you can talk to me. Can I help you with something? Money? Is that what you want? Let me make that happen for you. You don't want to hurt anyone, right? You're not the kind of guy that would hurt someone.
You already know what kind of guy I am? Is that right?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, what do you want? Let me help you. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Hey.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Please, you really don't.
Buddy, I'm trying to cooperate with you, okay? I'm trying to cooperate with you.
I'm gonna tie your feet together, and you're not gonna move.
You don't have to tie
Are you on staff? Were you on staff? Is that what this is?
Not everybody works for you.
No idea.
Oh man, I was actually unprepared to rehear that clip. I watched this obviously before my vacation, and I forgot how intense this movie is. And it has no right to be as good as it is. This movie only has 4 actors in the whole thing. You heard Jason Segel as the home invader, the guy who's basically holding up the other 2. Jesse Plemons is the rich young CEO of a company, and it's Lily Collins as his new wife. And they are supposed to be at a big tech conference, and they quietly left and went to a vacation home that he has in the it's like San Bernardino wine country in California. And Jason Segel is sort of mysterious home invader, but he went to this vacation home knowing that they wouldn't be there to find out what it's like to rob the place. Just to hang out for a while, knowing he would be alone at this vacation wine farm, and then finds that Jesse Plemons and Lily Collins suddenly show up, and now he's got to deal with them, and he's got a gun. Right? It's the simplest story. Tiny script. There's practically no dialogue in this whole movie. I don't know how this works so well. I really cannot I cannot explain except freaking Charlie McDowell has learned how to make a movie. This guy, he like, because it's all shots of this one home and farm out in wine country, and you're just like, well, that'll get old, right? After I've seen the place, but Jason Segel photographs really well. Jesse Plemons and Lily Collins are just incredible. You really forget that they're actors. You really feel like you're watching a rich couple being, held up and fearful for their lives. And the entire movie is the story of the 24 hours following. It could have been an episode of 24, by the way. The 24 hours following them all finding themselves in this situation, and Jason Segel trying to figure out how to get out of it safe, right?
Yeah,
right.
I love Jesse Plemons. Is he doing just regular Jesse Plemons? Because that's not a problem, because I like him and everything, but he always seems like he's sort of the same guy. Is it happening here, or is it different?
So my Jesse Plemons is him as the main character in the Black Mirror episode USS Callister. That's my Jesse Plemons.
That's your Jesse Plemons?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
God, I love that episode. It's so hard to watch, but I love that episode.
Yes. And Lily Collins, by the way, is very similar to the woman in the, I'm forgetting the actress's name. It's like Kristen Milotti. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very, very similar. So like that's kind of
I was thinking when I first looked at this, I'm like, oh, that's the mother of How I Met Your Mother. So no wonder it's got Jason Segel. Yeah.
Yeah, but yes, Jesse Plemons is playing like he's playing like a Jack or a Mark Zuckerberg type.
Okay.
But he's not, he doesn't look like them, obviously. He looks like him. And but he is clearly, someone who is used to always getting his own way, always being in charge. And this he plays it really well. It's a tough role. This is not, he doesn't get to just be blustery like he often is. There's some nuance here. Jason Segel has the opposite problem as an actor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like my Jason Segel is
How I Met Your Mother Jason Segel, probably, or Muppets Jason Segel.
No, I was thinking of Forgetting Sarah Marshall because because he's sort of upside down in a lot of his roles. He just doesn't know what's going on, right?
He showed his wiener in that one, by the way. Total wiener show.
Yeah.
Never forget.
You're like the Mr. Skin of wieners.
I am the Mr. Skin of wieners. I see a movie, and if there's a wiener, I remember, dude. Cannot get it out of my head. I hate that about me.
But I'm not going so far as to say this movie is important. I wish they would have released it later in the year so we could have talked about whether it gets nominated for things. That it's a bit weird on that level, but it is so good. It's so intense, and it's so minimalist that I just feel like everyone needs to watch this. If you have any liking at all for very well crafted movies, you've got to watch this movie. It's Windfall. It's streaming on Netflix. It's
Would you say genre wise it's horror or thriller or?
It's absolutely a thriller.
Okay,
like it's 100%. It's a thriller.
Okay,
all right.
It has a.
I was going to say, so Tina, who doesn't like, traditional horror movies, would probably be okay with it.
Right. McDowell has made this as an homage to Alfred Hitchcock.
Okay.
That's I don't want to say too much about that because you will see what I mean. I don't need to sell that aspect of it to you. You will see. You will feel what that means. Like it is, and that's probably another reason why no one thinks of it as being, necessary for awards. It's as an homage to Alfred Hitchcock, you're kind of like, you kind of have a playbook that you're gonna play from.
Sure.
It has a big ending. That's another thing that like I spent this entire movie. It's not a long movie. It's only an hour and a half long, but I spent this entire movie hoping for a big ending because like it's kind of quiet. It's kind of tense, and I need something.
But you still felt like it was satisfying ending.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Good.
Yes. I thought about this movie a lot in the days after I watched it, and so that's why I'm recommending it.
Oh, I'm adding it to the list right now. It sounds really cool.
Yeah, I got a Plemons thing too. I got to watch everything he's in. It's just a rule.
Because of Fargo, right?
Yeah, well, Fargo, and I loved him on Friday Night Lights. I think he's just weird.
Oh, yeah,
his Breaking Bad character was amazing. He's just
twisted.
Yeah, he's just an interesting. I loved him and
or what was it? Was it Greg? I'm trying to remember his.
Oh no, it was like that though, right?
Yeah,
Tyler or Greg or Kevin or something like that.
I just know that he was able to get his hands on some Ryzen, and
he did. And I love that in the follow-up Pinkman movie, he's gotten bigger. He's kind of a pudgier guy now.
Yeah.
And they were just like, "That's fine. Come on in. Just do it like whatever. We don't care. Your Jesse Plemons will take you." Todd, that was it.
Todd, yes, right.
He was amazing in Power of the Dog. Was incredible in that.
Yeah.
But it is kind of always the same incredible thing. So it's not that I don't want to diminish his work because I don't, but he does a certain kind. He's like a lot of actors. They have a certain thing they play, and it's kind of the same across the board, but it works every time. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, quiet masochist or quiet.
Yeah.
In this one, I hope that you watch Lily Collins. I'm predicting that Lily Collins will escape her, being called Phil Collins' daughter by people like me, and will be standing firmly on her own 2 feet in the future. She is fantastic.
I can hear it coming
good.
in the edge tonight or in the air tonight.
Yeah,
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Gotta rehearse those jokes in your head, Scott.
Whatever. I workshop everything in real time right here on the show. That's how it works.
Exactly.
Right,
Yes.
I know.
Well, all right. This is all real good. I'm jealous of you and all that you get to do there in Hawaii. Were you planning on posting these places, or I don't want you to do work on your trip?
You know what? No.
All right, he's
That's
not.
Right.
Did you guys hear that?
I've already got them on quicktms.li. So.
Yeah, go to quicktms.li. Do that.
It's 6:51 a.m. and the coffee shop down the street opens in 9 minutes, and I'm gonna put on my flip flops and walk over there.
Very nice.
Oh,
it's already up. Look at that windfall already
that
there.
Island life right now is what I want.
It is
Jeez.
so good.
Brian, did you do that already? Did you already post these in here? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at you.
I want you
I
to
did it
know,
as Randy was talking. I was doing this.
Perfect. It's real time.
I want you to know, Brian. I walked over to the store, the grocery store, and I bought the biggest local pineapple you can imagine, and it was $1.50.
I don't know because I can imagine a pretty big pineapple.
Yeah, it was $1.50.
Oh, jeez! Wow.
I'm cutting that thing up. It's pineapple for 10 people.
Yeah.
And it was $1.50.
Mix that with your rum punch or whatever it is.
Yes, that is correct.
That
Scott.
sounds all right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, have fun. Be safe. We'll see you next week for another check-in with Randy while he's on vacation. Have a fantastic time, man. Stay out of trouble.
See you, buddy.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Once in a while, I quit the whole show, and I mean
I
to
know,
just,
exactly.
I don't know
Pod
why.
fading.
I don't know what that was about. So dumb. Anyway, thank you, Randy, for that. Let's sew things up. So I guess there's some breaking news about Bruce Willis. We were wondering why he takes these weird roles. I don't know that the two things are connected, though. The weird roles, I don't think, have anything to do with this. Apparently, he's been diagnosed with aphasia, which, after a quick little look up here, is an inability to comprehend or formulate language because of a damage to specific brain regions. It's always brain damage. It can be usually from trauma, like you've hit your head or gotten in a car accident or something, but it can be stroke as well.
Yeah.
They don't get into any of these specifics, so we don't know, but he's stepping away from acting as a result, and that's a bummer.
That is a bummer.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's possible if he knew about this sooner, that might have been why he'd been accepting so many roles, just to make sure his family had money in the long haul, but who knows?
Yeah, it's hard to say. It does say, let's see, results in motor or sensory deficits which produce abnormal speech. It's not related to the mechanics of speech, but rather the individual's language condition. So really, it'll be a lot of like he knows what to say, but the words aren't coming out right.
Oh man,
that's a serious bummer.
Yeah. Well, definitely,
anyway,
wishing him luck and.
Yep. It's a long career with a lot of cool stuff. So from a professional point of view, he did good. All right, there's that. What else? That's it. We're done.
I think that's it. We're done.
Yeah, we're
That's
done. We're done, you guys. That's
We've
it.
talked Noodles. We've talked Alicia Kumquat. We've talked. We've played a game.
Yeah.
We've talked movies and tech. Well, there's nothing else to do, Scott.
Yeah. Carter calls me out for not trying the cool thing. She basically has an anime she wants me to watch.
Yeah.
What is it again? Mob Psycho. And I
You're
haven't
not
watched
about to start eating mashed potatoes on the show, are you?
No, I'm putting this over here. She made me a nice egg bowl, but I don't. I haven't watched this Mob Psycho yet, and or which one? Mob Psycho 100 is the full name.
Oh, interesting.
All right,
Okay.
I'll get to it. Someone in the
I
chat.
heard her
will
also
look at it.
say, "Make sure you watch Parasite."
Oh yeah, Parasite.
Okay, thanks, Carter. Okay, Carter,
Loki,
thanks.
do Loki.
Loki.
Huh? I do listen. I watched brand new cherry flavor because Brian loved it. That's why I watched it. I watched the Sparks Brothers things because Brian liked it. I watched.
It's true.
Things
It's true.
people
I
like.
do feel like of all.
I
of
watch
the
more of Brian's Reccomentals than I do anyone else's. Hell, I forgot
true.
Randy's. So.
Right, exactly.
Anyway.
You recommended this? Oh, okay, all right, cool.
Thank you for the egg thing, though. I appreciate it. All right. Moving on. Let's get out of here. Hey, patreon.com/TMS needs your help. We're about to start a brand new month. Is it tomorrow? Wait.
Day after tomorrow.
Day after
Tomorrow we have
tomorrow.
a 31.
Oh, that's right. We get 31 days this month.
Yeah.
Some lousy March weather.
Make it your April Fool's Day joke to back us on Patreon.
That's right.
Support
Speaking
the
of which,
show.
we will have, this is not an April Fool's joke, we will have a TMS PM on Friday the 1st, so be here for that. I'm hoping Dan's around. I'm not actually sure. I'm going to check in with him. If not,
Yeah,
we'll do
please
our
do,
own thing.
because otherwise I better find something on mobile that I like. Actually, I did pick something up, so I am ready for the next time we do an app slap.
Oh, good, because I've spent so much time in Scrabble, I don't even know what I'm doing. I have no idea. I love that. I love it. I play it every day now.
Yeah, I'm getting frustrated by it because I watch people get all these great words, and then I get letters like A, O, I.
Oh, it's the worst. And the only way you can swap out your tiles is either pay in the crystal money, or you got to do a commercial or an ad watch.
Right.
And that's lame. That's a part of that game. You should be able to just swap them. Lame.
Yes.
Lame. If it's all
Lame.
vowels, give me a break. Ugh.
Right. Exactly.
Anyway, Scrabble. It's a thing. Anyway, so other than that, what else? We mentioned shows and stuff. Oh, ANTP is today, right? The first episode today?
NTP is going up on the Patreon today. So if you are a patron of America's Next Top Podcaster, which you can find at patreon.com/top podcaster, you get an introduction to everybody who's playing this season and their first challenge. So all of that stuff.
Well, if you want to see me pretend to be Tom Merritt today, that'll happen on the Daily Tech News Show. So check that out at 2 p.m. their new time, 2 p.m. Mountain Time. And I always see a bunch of you there, so I look forward to seeing you then. I guess that's it. frogpants.com/TMS for everything else. Send us those emails, themorningstream@gmail.com. And let's get out of here. You got a song we can play?
Yes, I do. This one's going out to our good friend Ben. Ben said, I'm requesting a song in honor of my 20th wedding anniversary to my dear wife, Summer. She makes my life complete, and together we've grown our family to include 2 wonderful boys, Van and Otto. I love you so much, he says, and hope a cover of a special song might make this milestone even more special. Love you forever, Summer. Signed, Ben. He gave me a couple choices here. Sugar by Louis Armstrong. Actually, it was done by a few people before Louis Armstrong. Didn't have a good cover of that really changed it up. They all sound croonery. The other choice was the Proclaimers' I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles, and that's the one I settled on. This is from an album that was my album of the year in 2013, an album called Mockingbird by a singer named Kendra Morris. Kendra has this ability to take covers, at least on this album. I think it's the only album she's done of covers, and I want her to do more, where she twists it around into something completely different. She's joined on this song by a singer named God Forbid, who adds this kind of weird, I don't know, maybe Tarantino kind of feel to it. It's really good. It's I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles, Kendra Morris.
You've got me interested. All right, here it is. Let's play it. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of TMS. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
He didn't have a chance.
I didn't have